Hey dreamers, this is Jade and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to go ahead and do my first quarter check-in as far as my journals and what I have used between the months of January and March. We are, of course, in a new quarter now, starting in April, but I wanted to go through the journals that I did use in some capacity between January and March of this year. So I have divided them into three piles. One pile is journals that I have used at least once or twice, but really not very often. And then other journals that I use, I would say either on a weekly and or every few days type of basis. And then my journals that I use pretty much every day or every other day. So let's go ahead and jump in and get started. Okay, starting out, this is my exercise journal. So anytime that I am doing a course, working my way through a course or reading a book, and there are exercises involved or I need to take notes or anything like that, this is what I use this for. It says it is written in the stars here. This notebook is by DesignWorks Inc. I picked it up from Target years ago. I loved it so much I got like a few copies of them. So I did have my notes and stuff like that in the same exact notebook last year, and I ended up finishing it and completing it. So I transitioned into this new one, and as you can see, I've only gotten this far as me taking courses or taking notes on videos or anything like that. So as you can see, I love the format of this because it just says subject, date. So, I mean, you can just put what you were working on here and the date. And as you can see, I haven't gotten that far into it. And here is, what I've done so far. But that is pretty much it for this. I pull this out every now and again. I have been really into... For years now, I've been watching this channel on YouTube called The Spirit Doula. I think she's changed her name recently to Professor Melanie, but you probably could still find her under The Spirit Doula. But anyway, I really like a lot of her spiritual lessons, so I will take notes if I'm watching one of her videos or anything like that, especially if she says you need to take notes. So yeah, I love putting her stuff in there. And then there's some books I've been working through, like the Design Map, a lucid dreaming book, and then there was this other one recently that I was into, and I can't remember right now what I was taking notes on in that for. But yeah, that's basically what I use this for. And then of course, this is my commonplace book. You all have seen this. I've only been in this once between January and now. And so I did share this as a process video, and this is just basically more TV and movie quotes, and I just wanted to do it specifically to the characters that said it. And I'm not sure if I actually shared the quotes from these people. So I'll do that now really quickly. And I really relate to these two here, and that's why I wanted to put them in there. But this one is Lara Jean Covey from the To All the Boys I've Loved Before movies on Netflix. And her quote is, "I always thought no one was paying attention to what I was doing, that the only drama in my life was in my head, but it turns out that I wasn't as invisible as I thought." And then this is Lynn Ford from Shantaram, and his quote is, "Someone once told me that a dream is where wish and fear meet. When the wish and the fear are the same, we call that dream a nightmare." And I've recently gotten into Ted Lasso. I do need to watch the last season, but I'm putting it off because I don't want it to be over. But anyway, I love Roy. He is my favorite character. And him and his girlfriend was having a discussion with the general manager or something, I can't remember. And she was just discussing her dating life and how the guy she was with, he was fine. And this quote, I just absolutely loved it. He was like, "You deserve someone that makes you feel like you've been struck by fucking lightning. Don't you dare settle for fine." And then he has the whole accent and everything, the British accent. So just chef's kiss. And then also Penelope from Bridgerton, definitely identify with her as well. "No one truly notices me. I suppose that's what I like. When you're invisible, you can have all the entertainment you want without any of the expectations popularity brings. it frees you. So I really enjoyed making this, and I definitely need to get in here some more. I have so many ideas and I just have not been executing them for this. So yeah, and I've written those down, so I just need to, it's a matter of doing it. And some of this stuff I'm just not even gonna bother doing on camera. I'm just gonna get it done, and then maybe I'll do a flip later. But yeah, so that was what I've gotten done in my commonplace book between January and March. And then this is my Dear Charlie journal. I haven't worked in this much. However, I did do one recent layout that I actually filmed and I was going to share. However, I am contemplating doing it over because I'm not 100% satisfied with the way that it turned out. And I have been going back and forth between, it's like a double dutch. Am I going to share, or am I going to try and gather the materials again to completely do it over, or what? I have not decided, so I have not shared yet. But I actually have been in this. It hasn't been often. I have completed a layout in this, and this is my vision book. I absolutely love this thing, and I need to figure out what I did with the pen, or if I even had a pen in here. But anyway, recently I added my birth chart and all of that kind of stuff, information in it, because I would be wanting to reference it and not have it on hand. And this was, to me, the perfect place to stick that. So yeah, I did do that. And I'm not sure that I like the way that I put this in here, or even the site that I got this from. I think I might want to use a different site, so I may end up pulling up all of this and doing it again. However, it's good enough for me for now, especially if I need to do a quick reference to my birth chart. And what I also want to do in this soon is get my like my goals for the year and all of that kind of stuff down and solidified in this. I've been considering doing a word of the year, which my word, if I do it, would be experience. Because I just want to get out there and do more stuff and experience more things. However, I haven't like 100% decided on that. And I decided to wait until now, spring, until like the whole lunar stuff started over with Aries as the beginning, to even start working on my goals and stuff. Because somebody said something that just made it just clicked for me, complete and total sense. That in the wintertime, you are supposed to be chill and resting and all of that kind of stuff, not in the frenzy of, okay, I got to set my goals and da-da-da-da, and I got to get this done. It's too much. It's too much. The wintertime, it is cold for most people, I would think. And you're just supposed to be chilling, you know. It's like the reset. It's like the time for you to reset. And spring, when everything starts blooming and comes back to life, that is when you should be setting goals and all of that kind of stuff. And that just made complete sense to me. So I decided that's what I was going to do this year. And if it works out for me, which I think it will, that's probably how I'll continue to do it myself. Because who wants, after the frenzy of Christmas and Thanksgiving and then boom, New Year's, who wants to be thinking about setting goals and stuff like that? Like, I don't know. Anyway, not me. So I just do need to get that done. However, yeah, I wanted to wait till the spring to work on that. So that is it as far as the journals that I have worked in some capacity, but I have not been in super often. So now we're going to move into the journals that I use semi-often. Okay, here are the journals that I'm in a little more often than the other ones. I would say at least maybe 3 to 4 times a week, or like weekly or something like weekly-ish or something like that. So let's go through them and I will explain further. First, we have my trash journal, and basically this is where I just dump trash, wrappers, packaging, notes, all kinds of stuff. As you can see, I added some wrapping from Christmas gifts, all that kind of stuff here. And this is just where I dump it. I actually need to go, and there's some other stuff that I need to add to it here. Here's my packaging for my weeks, so stuff like that. And I am seeing that it is not too much more in here before I can start a new book. of this. So yeah, but some of this stuff I really like. I have memories of this. I had to wear this in my hair when one of my friends was getting married. It was like actually attached to a clip. So yeah, and then I got this Marvel mug, Wakanda Forever. So even though some of it's trash, it's it like the memories are still there. So like when I went to the zoo, and then this is the little fun money that you get for, I don't know if anybody has heard of Frankie's in North Carolina. It's like a little fun park or whatever. And so yeah, so I put that there. But basically that's what this is. It's like a trash journal. I was kind of inspired by James Burke and his trash journals, but his are so much cooler and prettier and lovelier. I absolutely love it. And I'll keep notes in here that I get. So yeah, so that is it. And so I'm in here not every day, of course, but so I'd say like once a week or so, just to add more bits and bobs in here. It has been a little bit, but usually I am more regular in this. So next we have my meditation / affirmations journal. And I am in here probably, I would say at least 3 to 4 times a week when I do my meditation at night. And I will just make a note of the day and the time and meditate, and whatever comes to me, even if it makes absolutely no freaking sense, I will write it down. There was something recently that I wrote down. I was like, what does this even freaking mean? And then I got a message some other way. I was like, what is it? I don't even understand why I'm writing this down. I wrote it down. It was a purpose for it. So anyway, so this is my, like I said, affirmation / meditation journal. And I put Uhtred on the front here. I don't know if you all are familiar with The Last Kingdom, but I just wanted something to decorate this pocket. And I don't even know if Uhtred is going to stay. However, it's good enough for now. And this is the other pocket Kelly that I picked up. And my affirmations and stuff is just in this Moleskine Super Mario journal. I've had this since last year. I've not been working through it fast at all like the other ones. However, I have been using it more often this year, especially now that I have transitioned my meditation notes. I wouldn't say notes, but you know what I'm saying, into this journal as well. So, and then sometimes I get struck with the urge to write down affirmations as well. So I am using that, like I said, a few times a week, at least 3 or 4 times a week, sometimes more. And so yeah, as you can see from the ribbon, that's how far I've gotten into this journal. And so next is my Astrological Planner from Magic of I have really been enjoying this year. I've gotten them the past couple years and really haven't made as much use of them as I could. And even still now, I feel like I can get more out of this than I am. However, it gives me a place in the beginning of the month to write down my monthly goals and my intentions as well. And then over here, I can write down week by week actionable steps that I can take towards those goals and intentions, which is great. And then I've also been getting in here and I will like decorate the pages and stuff, so it makes it a lot more fun to get in here as well. And I just like kind of keep notes. So anything that comes to me, or any like big event that happens, like actually, and I put this on the wrong day. This was actually supposed to be Thursday, so I have to figure out a way to blank this out and put it back up here or whatever. So I will take that, and then I get questions about stuff like in my meditation. So anything spiritual or astrological that comes to me, or something that I want to take note of, I will put in like these boxes for the day or whatever. So like, let's see, so like here, anything that I want to remember, and then make note of the big things like the spring equinox, the new moon in Aries, yada yada yada, that type of thing. And so that's basically how I've been using this journal, and so far so good for me. As I said, I feel like I could be getting even more out of it, so I really want to sit down and go through it all and see what's what. I don't know if I will ever do that. I will do it eventually, but I procrastinate like crazy, so we shall see. Anyway, have been enjoying that. So every few days I'm in this, or every other day or whatever. It's pretty often that I am in this journal and, you know, making note of stuff and stuff like that. So moving on to my next journal. It is basically my dream journal. It's where I keep all of, where I record my dreams when I get up from the day. If I can remember them, mostly I'm able to remember. Sometimes they just escape me as soon as I awake, or I let something distract me and then they're gone. But other than that, I keep them in here. This is the Fairweather leather from Sheep Sparrow. I will say I'm not a fan of this leather. I've been hoping it would grow on me, and perhaps it's maybe this notebook that's in here that it's just, I'm not feeling it. So I'm really considering selling this eventually, because I have not gelled with it. And I really don't like this notebook either. It's a Sequins A6. What do you call this? The paper is like, the lines are wide ruled, which I used to love wide rule when I was in school, because you could write papers and get away with you know, the not having to write as much because the lines were so wide. However, I don't care for that anymore as an adult, or I would just say as someone who journals for themselves. So, and here is me keeping my dreams, and as you can see here, this is as far as I've gotten. But I do not like this notebook, and I'm not a fan of this leather, so I may consider selling it soon. We'll see. But as you can see, this is how far I've gotten, and I'm hoping to get through this so I can change notebooks, because I really don't like it. Other people, they get the Sequins, and I am loving the way they have it set up, what they do in their Sequins, but it's just not for me. So moving on. So my next journal is my Q&A journal, and what I mean by that is sometimes I have questions about things that I don't remember. And I'll have a question about something, and perhaps I've gotten the answer, but I have no idea because I've forgotten the question. And so I started writing the questions down so that when and if an answer comes to me, I can write that down as well and record that. So yeah, that's what my Q&A journal is for. And I've also been using it lately to do my rough draft of like my new moon intentions to full moon contracts, and then I'll write the entire, like the final draft on a different sheet of paper and sign it if those are the intentions I definitely want to go with and want to manifest once the new moon is here, and just kind of let it go. So if you want more explanation on that, again, this was something I learned from the spirit doula, and or Professor Melanie. If the video is still up and anyone is interested, I will link it below in the description box. However, sometimes they take down her videos, so I don't know, we'll see, but I'll try to link it if anybody is interested in knowing exactly what I'm talking about. So like quickly, because if I try to explain it, I don't think I'll explain it very well, but you want to, once the new moon rolls around, you want to start setting your intentions using like the I statement for whatever the new moon and full moon coming up is. So like this past one, the new moon was Aries, and Aries I statement is I am, and Libra was the full moon that came after, and Libra's statement was I balance. So you kind of want to do statements like that. I am financially free. I balance my work and life, yada yada yada. And then once you're satisfied with your intentions, you write a final draft, sign it, and that's your contract. Whatever. However, like I said, I'll let her explain a little better than I do, but I do my rough drafts of that in here as well. So it's not just my Q&A journal. Next is my Daydream Journal. Love this thing. It is a Astrology. First of all, I can't remember the name of this cover, but I remember at first, I do believe I had this in a Sequoia cover that I had gotten from Chic Sparrow, and I thought I was going to love it because it's also a waypoint leather, and I love my freaking other waypoint, the Denali. But I just did not gel with that leather either, so I'll probably end up selling that one as well. And I got this one, I want to say this is either Integrity or Ambition. Whichever one it is, it's beautiful. I absolutely love it. I want to buy another one actually, but I don't know if I ever will. But I love it. I love it. I love it. So this is my Daydream Journal. So anytime my head gets going and I start daydreaming about something, I'm writing it down in this bad boy. And what I did was take a B6 Astrology and I cut it down to a B6 Slim. So this is a B6 Slim cover. And basically I use this to write my daydreams out, and it's like they're like stories. And so let's see, I'm trying to see how far I have gotten in this thing. One second. So yeah, I've gotten pretty deep into this journal, and I already have another one in my stash I can cut down. So once I'm done with this, I can continue in this size. Like I said, in one of my other videos, I want to streamline my daydream journaling, and because they've been in all different size notebooks, and trying to store them all is getting a little crazy. So I just wanted to get them all in one specific size, and so B6 Slim is, I think, is the one for me that's gonna work for this. So it's enough space, and then I'm not in it like forever in a day either. So yeah, I've worked through it this far. I was in it last night, and I'll probably be in it again tonight. And I use this pretty often. I'm usually in it a few times a night during the course of a week. So that is my Daydream Journal. Really enjoy writing little daydreams and stories and stuff like that. So this is my creative journal. You all are very familiar with this one. I have since completed a flip for August and September, and that should have gone up today actually when I'm filming this. I actually tried to film this quarter one yesterday, and when I went to edit it, why had I pressed slow-mo? The whole thing was in slow-mo. I was so mad because I'm like, why is this 53 minutes? A mess. But anyway, moving on. So this is my creative journal. Definitely behind. I have finally moved into October entries. However, and it's not that much more pages left to go in this before I can start a new journal and get November and December completed as well, and then move on into the next year, finally this year. But so you guys have pretty much seen this. You've seen my process videos for a lot of these, not all, and my flips or whatever. So definitely in this, not every day, not even close to every day, but I try to, get a spread done every week or so, maybe a little more often. Just depends on how things are going and what's going on with the rest of the stuff that I'm doing. But anyway, so yeah, that's semi. I work in this semi, and this is the Waypoint Denali I was talking about. Love this leather. You can scratch it, but then you can rub the scratches out of it. That's why I'm surprised I didn't go for the Sequoia. So I don't know, but it is looking, I will say, it's looking just a teeny dull. So I might condition it soon. But other than that, yes, I am ready to move on from this journal. So we'll see how fast I can get through the rest of it. And then lastly, for every so often, or this one is like more just depending on how fast I'm reading. So like sometimes it will be like I can read a book in like 2 days and I'm recording my books. And then sometimes, depending on what the story is, if I'm even that interested in the story, it can take me upwards of a week or two to finish. So it just honestly depends. But usually it doesn't take me any more than like 2 weeks to complete a book. So as you can see, And I should probably do a complete flip of these, but this is the last one that I actually recorded in here, and I finished this on the 7th. I am reading a new book now by Harlan Coben. So good so far, and so good so far. So far, so good. You guys know I love Harlan Coben because all of his little Netflix series that come on, chef's kiss. There hasn't been one that I haven't enjoyed. And so I have been getting into the books lately. I've read one, and I think this is my second one by him, and I do have another one over there in my stash that I need to read as well. So these are the last couple books that I've read, and eventually, I think once April is completed, I'll do a flip of the first 4 months, and we'll go through them, and I'll quickly let you all know how I felt about each one of them or whatever. So that is it for my book journal and the journals that I have been in pretty regularly, but not like every single day or anything like that. So let's get to those journals. Okay, so this one is my mini bujo, and I work in this pretty much every day. I use this every day, and this was the one that I used previously. It lasted me from November through March, and then as you can see, there's not enough pages for me to have continued on in this, so I definitely had to get a new one. And I'm glad I got this one because the color is giving me spring and Easter and warmth and all of that kind of stuff. And so yeah, I just decorated with a sticker I got from Redbubble that features John and Sadim from the Turkish drama Erkensikas that I have been rewatching. I actually have put that on pause for now, simply because I've been rewatching The Mentalist at the moment. I've been really into that. However, I do love Erkensikas. If I'm not mistaken, it translates into early bird in English, and sometimes they call it daydreamer as well. I'm not sure why. However, this cover is by Salty Katie Co. And so yeah, you all are pretty familiar by now, if you are a regular on this channel, with how I do this. So I set up my own little calendar for the month, and then April shows and movies I like to keep track of, and I'll make little icons for these, which I have to print out a few now because I have gotten through a few shows. And then any books that I completed or any songs that I'm listening to on repeat will go on this page. Any brain dump I want to do here, quotes I want to collect, anything like that will go here. And then I keep track of my online orders, and then my dailies and what I'm doing. And this helps me to then write down what I have been doing in my daily journal. And I'm going to say not so daily journal, even though I'm in here at least every 2 or 3 days. It's not every day all the time, simply because sometimes it's just too mundane for me to even, like, why am I bothering? So I did recently finish my other journal, but I'm keeping it in here because this is the journal that I reference when I am getting the information that I need to use in my creative journal that I just showed you all. And so this is my new one. I have transitioned finally from this one to this one, but I keep this where I need to do my creative journaling at, so it's easy for me to find what I need to do next. And this is my daily chronicle that I've been using since, let's see, March 22nd. So yeah, I love this, and I absolutely love this cover. And with both of them in here, it just so nice and cute and chunky. And so yeah, this cover is the Kelly. It was a limited edition at Chic Sparrow, and so I ended up getting 2. This was my first one, and I adore it. It's one of my favorite covers. And of course I had to put a little Sam, Castiel, and Dean on the front to decorate. So that is pretty much it. That is my daily, not so daily, that I keep track of. And then also, this is just a brain dump notebook. I keep all kinds of randomness in here. As you can see, it's not that full yet. I just kind of started it. And this was a little notebook I got from Ollie's. I want to say my mom bought it for me. It's like 89 cents or something like that. And this was a while ago. And so it's Hufflepuff. And I'm not a Hufflepuff. But my favorite Hufflepuff is Newt Scamander. So I just decorated the cover a little bit. But yeah, anything like a grocery list or any other kind of list or just whatever will go into this. And then also quotes, anything like that. And I will take this. Oh, I almost forgot. I will take whatever I'm collecting in this and put it into this. Now, this is like a little brain dump, and then also the little spaces that I keep in my mini bullet journal for the big brain dump. And in here, I actually have the stuff categorized, so I know exactly where to find stuff, and when I'm ready to disperse it to the actual notebook that I wanted to find its permanent home in. A lot of it will be in my commonplace book. Some of it will be elsewhere. However, yeah. So I forgot to show you this, but I just remembered. So yeah, that's pretty much it for these two. And then my one-line a day journal. I have been enjoying this. I actually got this last year. It was, for me, a trial run to see if I should spend the money on a 5-year Hobonichi. Because I wanted one, but I didn't want to jump out there and spend that money and get one if I wasn't able to keep up with anything like that. And so I decided to try this out first because it was fairly cheap. Yeah. Well, it says $16.95 at, I got it from Barnes & Noble, but I really don't feel like I paid that much for this. But I'm not sure. Anyway, for the most part, I am able and was able last year to keep up with this one line a day journal. The days that I didn't, I was either like in pain or sick or just some extra circumstance that prevented me from being in here. So as you can see, I completed all of last year. And it is so fun to now see 2 entries here. So yeah, I have been keeping up with this and I enjoy it so far. There is, I will say, between a lot of my daily journals, there's a lot of repetitiveness. And I'm like perfectly okay with that for now. If there should ever come a time where I get sick of it, then this will probably be the first thing that goes, because I'm really enjoying the Hobonichi 5-year. So let's get into that. So this is my 5-year Hobonichi. Again, this cover is by Salty Katie Co. I did go ahead and take off the logo at the back. So yeah, let's get into it. And again, really been enjoying this and just writing short blurbs of my day. Sometimes I will just put a sticker there, and sometimes I put stuff over here, sometimes I do not, to represent, like this. I watched Luther this day, the movie, The Fallen Son, I think it was. So I didn't write an entry, I just put this here. And so that's how I will do it. Sometimes I have, like I said, stickers over here and written stuff over here, and sometimes I have stickers and written stuff over here, and then just writing. And then I followed a tutorial by James Burke on how to do these photo collages, and so I've done a few of those in here as well. So far, I am really enjoying this, and I have been able to keep up with it. So, yeah. And so I will just continue with this, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, it'll be nice and full and chunky, and I'll be able to keep up with the entire 5 years. So yeah, that is it for my 5-year a day journal, 5-year whatever. If you have any comments or questions, let me know in the comments. And so here is my morning pages journal. This is something that I started last year after reading The Artist's Way, and it was a suggestion by Julia Cameron to do morning pages, which is basically like stream of consciousness journaling once you wake up, so you can just dump whatever foolishness is going on in your brain out onto paper, and that way you, during the day, you're more focused, more creative, etc., etc. And so I have been doing that ever since, and I do believe that I have been able to do every day since the new year started. I don't think I've missed a day in my morning pages. And this cover is a Pacific from Chic Sparrow, and I've been trying to let it grow on me. I did like it when I first got it. However, I'm not feeling the super texture on this, because I got another one that's not textured and it's like perfect. So I'm also considering selling this. It's a beautiful cover. This texture is just not me. It's not me, and I know it's not. So yeah, I use an A6 Stalogy for my morning pages, the 365 one. And so far, let's see how far I've gotten. So yeah, this is pretty much how far I've gotten in this. And as you can see, I like to decorate the pages just to have something nice and pretty to look at once I'm in here. And yeah, I need to probably get some more decorations down soon. But so far so good. It's been working out for me, and I enjoy doing them in the morning. Sometimes I'm like trying to hurry myself. However, for the most part, I enjoy the exercise, and we'll keep it up until I don't feel like it's working for me anymore. So, and then this is definitely one I like to work in every day as well. Let me zoom out just a tad because it is a little longer than the other ones. So this is my weeks, and I didn't at first know what I wanted to even do with this week, and I messed up my cover, scratched it. But anyway, and then I decided I was going to use it as a gratitude journal. So that's what I've been doing. And then also, so I will write my gratitude here, and then I'll make a collage here of whatever is going on that day. So like this day, so it's like I'll pick a memory for each day to record over here and just kind of make a collage. So like here, I had an eye appointment, had to order new glasses. Here I think I either got or sent some mail, and then there was an egg hunt, and then I went to take pictures of a shelter for a party that we plan on having later in the year. And then I was playing Trouble with my family. And then this, oh my God, I haven't told you all. My little sister called me and was like, guess who I have a business meeting with? And I was like, yeah, you're gonna have to let me. She's like, Erica Alexander. I said, no, Maxine Shaw, attorney at law. And she was like, oh, you know exactly who. I was like, of course I know who she is. I freaking love Maxine, was my favorite. And so that memory as well, they actually had their meeting here. Look. And they took a picture because I was like, you have to tell her that I freaking love her. I adore her. I think she's the bomb.com, whatever. So she told her, and they took a picture for me. I have a larger one, however. So yeah, there's my little sister, and there's Erica Alexander. And guess who else was on the call? Yvette Lee Bowser. Oh my God. So epic. I was like, oh my God, my little sister's out here doing the greatest of things. But yeah, this is basically how I've been using this. And I think I forgot to do a flip through of like February and March now. So, and we're into April. So I will do that eventually, soon, hopefully, and show you guys that. Now, I thought that I would be using these back pages, but I haven't found myself wanting to go to these. And I'm hoping eventually something will come to me. I know I said that I wanted to use them to record anything that was currently happening that I couldn't record in like my creative journal because I'm so behind in that. But so far I have not really wanted to go into these pages for that. And to offset that, I did end up setting up a new journal. Yeah. And this is the personal size from Sunshine Sticker Co. that I picked up a while ago when they were having their sale. And I just kind of decorated the cover. This plastic cover, it's a little dirty. I don't really care for it. So I'm debating on taking it off. But then, like, the actual notebook is like linen or canvas or something, so I don't want that to get super dirty either, but we'll see. But I was just feeling I needed something to get out the things that were happening now. So I set this journal up, and I haven't worked like in it a whole lot. However, like I set this up, however, I was like totally into spring and was so happy that it was warming up and all of that kind of stuff. And so I did do a spread about that, and I do have a process video for this because Ed Sheeran came out with his single from his new, what do you call it, CD that's coming out in May called Subtract, which I have been anxiously awaiting for forever and a day now. And this song just really hit close to home, considering I still feel it, like the loss of my dad and my granddad, and it's just, I get it. I'm like, I get it, like, and I'm sure a lot of people could understand and get this song and relate to it. And so I had to do a spread on that. And so anything like that, I want to get in here and do any currentlies, whatever. This is what I'll be using this journal for. I don't have any hard and fast rules for this. So yeah, but I did want to share that I do have a new journal that I am in, and I'll just be using throughout the years. Probably sometimes I'll share, sometimes I won't. We'll see how it goes. I will say this, the stamps did kind of ghost through here on this paper. Now, it's not like a bleed through, but it is a ghost. So just beware of that if you're stamping in this notebook. But it's really cute and really pretty. And I look forward to using it more often. So that wraps this up for my Q1 journals and the journals that I actually used in some capacity between January and March of this year. Hopefully I'll be able to get into some of my other journals that I have, like my movie and TV journal, going forward and stuff like that. But I will share in the next quarter video what I use and all that kind of stuff. So if you have any comments or questions about anything, please feel free to use it. Please feel free to leave those below. I trust that everyone has been safe and well, and I will catch you all in the next video. If you enjoyed this content, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing. That will help me out with the algorithm, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.